Today I'm going to explain how to complete Assessment Task 7 and Assessment Task 5. So listen carefully to the following instructions. So this is Assessment Task 7. Give verbal instructions. This is the cover sheet that you need to complete. You need to put your name, your student ID, and to sign and date to the bottom of the sheet with the date that you completed the task. So this is the cover sheet. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you in Assessment Task 7, there is a template that you need to fill in. Now, you need to use the instructions that you wrote for Assessment Task 6. So you do not have to choose another topic. You use the same instructions that you wrote in the final copy of your written instructions. So last week I returned the final copy of your instructions. So you need to use those instructions to prepare your presentation plan template, because next week I'm going to get you to give the instructions, okay, either to me or the class, okay? So what you need to do is to rewrite your instructions in this template, but this is for verbal instructions, okay? So you need to fill in the top here, again, name, ID, date, signature, and you need to put in your content. So in the introduction, you need to continue this sentence. So, hi everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to make a delicious chocolate cake. If you follow these simple instructions, you will have no trouble making this cake. I'm just giving you an example. Or I'm going to teach you how to make Japanese sushi rolls. You can add more information if you want to, or you can just keep it fairly simple and just say what it is that you are going to teach or what you are going to tell us about. Okay, so what is the process? So that's in the introduction. So you're introducing your topic, you're introducing what you are going to tell us about, or tell the class about, or tell me about. Okay, now in the next section you need to write what you will need. So you will need a computer with internet connection, or you will need 500 grams of flour, 1 cup of sugar. So you need to list what is that you need to complete the process. So it's the same as your other template where what is it that you need. So you've got your introduction. So what are you going to teach today? What you need, and then the steps. So you just copy the steps from the final copy. Now, if there were some mistakes, you need to fix those mistakes, obviously, when you're doing this planner here, okay? So you just put your steps in, okay, with your sequence markers and your imperative verbs. So write your steps here, okay? And then a conclusion, advice, warning. So if you had any advice or warnings, you can put them in this section here. You can also say something, to end your talk by saying, if you follow these instructions, you will have no trouble downloading this app onto your phone. Or if you follow these instructions, you will be able to make this delicious cake. Or if you follow these instructions, you will be able to top up your Myki card, or you won't have any trouble topping up your Myki card. And if you forget, you can go back to these instructions anytime. So you can add some extra information if you want to in your conclusion. Okay, so basically what you're doing here is we're using the instructions from your written instructions, assessment task 6, okay, and putting them into this template. This is a presentation plan template for you to deliver your instructions, okay? So I hope that that's clear. Please do not choose another topic. you are to do the same topic, the same instructions as you did for assessment task 6. Okay, so you just need to fill in your introduction, what you are going to teach, what you will need, and your steps. Then any advice or warnings. Okay, that's your plan. So you need to fill this out and take clear photographs, okay, and email them to me. Okay, make sure your photographs are fairly close so they don't come too small. Try to avoid any shadow with your phone and try to make them as clear as possible. Okay, so this is assessment task 7 that I need you to do. This is the first thing I need you to do this week, is to complete this, and I would like it by Thursday evening if possible, Friday morning at the latest, because I want to check it straight away and return it to you so that you have time to practice delivering your instructions to the class or me. I haven't decided yet. Depends on whether on how we're going to do it. I'll let you know. But you need to practice delivering those instructions, and so therefore I want to get it back to you as soon as possible by the end of the week. So please do them straight away. Okay, this template with the cover sheet. So that's the first thing that you need to do this week. Now the second thing is another assessment task. We have been practicing for this assessment task, and that is assessment task 5, listening to instructions. So we have done 2 practice. We've done how to prevent robberies from motor vehicles and also how to bathe your dog. And they're very similar. The questions in those tasks are very similar to the questions in this task. So this is assessment task 5. You need to again fill in the cover sheet. Don't forget the cover sheet. And then this is the assessment task. Okay, I'm going to send you the video of the instructions that you're going to listen to. So in the email, there will be the video that you need to listen to. There'll be a link or a YouTube video, and you need to listen to the instructions and then answer the questions. Now, I'd like to go through the questions with you so that you're clear as to what you need to do. So the first question is, what task do these instructions help people do? So these instructions help people learn to do what? Okay, these instructions help people learn how to bathe the dog or learn how to prevent a robbery from prevent motor vehicle theft, or how to bake a cake. So what do these instructions help people do? Okay, and it's at the very beginning that you need to listen for that. Now, in your own words, write 5 instructions given in this listening text. So there are a number of instructions given. Now you choose 5. Make sure you use imperative verbs, okay? And you don't need to write the entire. Sometimes there's added extra information. You just need to write the main instruction, okay? So there are 5 instructions that you need to give, but I think there are about 7, I think. So you just need to choose 5. Make sure they're clear, okay, they're clearly written, and that's from the listening text. Now, why is it important to read the local newspaper? So in the text there is a statement made about the importance of reading the local newspaper. So you need to listen to why. Why? What do you get from reading the newspaper, the local newspaper? So listen carefully as to the reason why it's important to read the local newspaper. Question 4 looks at the Public Transport Victoria mobile app. Okay, because it says that it's important to, it's a good idea to download the app. So one of the instructions talks about downloading the app. Why? What information does the Public Transport Victoria mobile app provide? So listen. So what information do you get from this app? Okay, so you need to give the reason. So you just have to state the reason. You don't have to write, the Public Transport Victoria mobile app provides this. Just write what the reason is, okay? So listen carefully for that. Now, 3 imperative verbs. So what 3 imperative verbs? So out of all the verbs that you hear, choose 3, okay, imperative verbs. Just the verb. So for example, like learn, listen, prepare, wash, clean. They're all imperative verbs, okay? So you just write the verb, okay? Not what comes after. Wash the dog. No, just wash, okay? Cook the rice. No, just cook, okay? So the imperative verbs. 4 sequence markers. So sequence markers are things like firstly, secondly, next, after that, now, then. So which sequence markers do you hear? Okay, so number 6. Okay. Now, give 2 examples of warnings or advice the speaker gives. So now this is very important because you need to listen for words such as suggest or advise or recommend. Okay, so we're talking about giving suggestions and advice. It's different to an instruction because it's suggesting. Okay, so listen to the words suggest and my advice is, okay, so they're recommendations. So there are actually 3 that use suggest, advise, my advice, and I suggest. And then there's another suggestion made later about reading the paper. So there are some suggestions. That's what you need to write here, not instructions, but the suggestions or the advice that's given. So that's where you have to be very careful, okay, with number 7. It's about what advice is given, okay. Number 8, who would find these instructions useful? So who would find these instructions useful, okay? It's not about someone wanting to practice because they're instructions telling you how to do something. So it's not about practicing your listening skills, is it? So think about that, okay? Who would find them useful? Okay. Now, number 9. Do you think the instructions were clear and easy to follow? I have given you sample answers for these 2 questions, 9 and 10. Go back and revise those answers. Yes, the instructions were clear and easy to follow because the speaker spoke clearly and slowly and gave the instructions step by step. She used sequence markers, imperative verbs, and simple vocabulary or simple language. So, an answer like that. So why were they clear? Okay, so the instructions were clear and yes, the instructions were clear and easy to follow because the speaker gave the instructions step by step and used simple verbs and sequence markers. So give a reason, okay? And look at the sample answers that I've given you to answer that question. And I want your answer to be clear and to make sense, okay? Are these instructions useful? So you might say, yes, these instructions are useful because they provide some very helpful tips on how to move to a new city, or what you need to do when you move to a new city. So yes, they're useful because they provide useful information about how to move to a new city, or they provide useful information to help you, when you move to a new city. So something like that, something simple like that. Okay, so I've tried to be really helpful with these questions. So please make sure that you answer the questions correctly and carefully. Look back on the sample tasks that you've done, the practice tasks, and the questions and the answers and my corrections, so that you answer the questions correctly. Okay, if you have any questions, please please let me know. So the 2 assessment tasks that you need to do, the first one is assessment task 7. Okay, this template here with your written instructions put into this template, and then next week you're going to give the verbal instructions, okay, either during Zoom or to me. I'm not sure yet, but we'll organize that, so that will be next week. And then you need to do assessment task 5, okay. And so these 2 assessment tasks, the first assessment task 7 needs to be completed by Thursday night, Friday morning at the latest. This assessment task I'll give you to the end of the weekend. Okay, I'll give you a bit more time, but it needs to be completed before you start your work with Rose on Monday. Okay, so I'm being really generous with my time, with giving you that extra time. Now, while I have you here, I'm going to show you something else very, very quickly. And some students have asked me about websites that can help you with your grammar and your English. I'm going to put the websites in the email, but I just wanted to show you quickly. So this one here is called nvid.com. It's a English video lessons. So there are a whole range of topics, different levels. They're really fun and interesting, and they're great for grammar, and they're not too long. So here, this is the home page. There are lots and lots of different lessons. You have different topics. So if you are interested in grammar, you would go to grammar. If it's speaking, vocabulary, writing. So if, say, for example, I want to go to grammar, I can go to grammar, and there's lots and lots of lessons. Now, I might say, well, maybe I want to go intermediate, okay, grammar, and find lessons. So there are actually 250 lessons at intermediate level, and you can go through and you can decide on the different topics. So you might want to look at much and many, and when do we use that, or during or while, or how to use should, suffixes, the most common words in English, 8 ways to use that. So there's lots and lots of different lessons. So you can go through and do as many lessons as you like. If you want work on pronunciation, speaking, vocab, writing, you can click on here and you go find lessons. And then we'll find lots and lots. If you want to remove grammar, just click off grammar. If you just want speaking, it can help you with speaking. And there are lots and lots of lessons here on speaking of practice. So therefore, it's really great. So these are all video lessons, and there's a whole range of lessons that you can watch. So it's great for English practice. Okay, so there's different levels here, different topics. Okay, so you go into your topics. All the lessons, I would slim it down to doing grammar, and then you'll get all the different lessons here. So okay, so this is in nvig.com. I will send you the website address so that you can have a look and see what lessons you might be interested in. But this is a great way to practice your grammar as well. Now the next grammar, well, not just grammar, English learning website is one of my favourites. It's the British Council, learnenglish.britishcouncil.org. Okay, it is fantastic. Again, one of my favourites. So when you get into the home page, this is the home page, and you have a menu. And you also have a menu. All these websites, obviously, you can access on your phone as well. And there will be a menu at the top. So it'll look a little bit different, but it will have the same content. So here you can go to skills. So the beauty of this website is that you can do listening, reading, writing, and speaking practice. It's amazing. Okay, grammar. Many of you have asked me about grammar. You have beginner. And I would start with beginner to pre-intermediate, and then you have intermediate to upper intermediate. You also have vocabulary. So you can do the same thing. If you go into vocabulary, you have all these vocabulary lessons that you can do. Okay, it's fantastic. And then you've got harder ones. okay, all these different vocabulary lessons. And then you have all these grammar lessons. So if we go to grammar, okay, let's have a look. Click onto here. Oh, there we are, sorry. Okay, choose. So I would choose a grammar lesson, start from the beginning. Adjectives and prepositions. Click on the lesson. It's fabulous. You have a reading, okay, like a lesson. Then you have a grammar test, and it's like a quiz, okay? And you just do all the questions, and it gives you the answer. It's fantastic. More grammar explanation. It's fabulous, okay? And then another grammar test. So what it does, it's got a lesson and it's got grammar quiz. It's fantastic. And you can just go through and, you can go back and then go to the next one and then the next one and the next one and do all the grammar exercises. Fabulous website, okay? So there's lots of grammar practice. You can first do the beginner to pre-intermediate and then you can do the upper to intermediate to upper. Like I said, skills. It has listening practice. It has reading practice. So there are like reading texts that you can do and you can choose different levels of reading. So if you did intermediate, there's different reading texts that you can do. An email request for help. So what you would do is read the email, okay? And then there would be tasks that you would do. So like reading tasks, like there might be some comprehension and things like that. So it helps with reading. So there's lots of different reading things you can do. So it's, it's fantastic. So you can choose, different levels. Okay, different levels for reading. It's the same for writing. There's writing practice tasks that you can do. Okay, there's listening, which is fabulous. So there's different levels of listening. So it's great. And then speaking. So it's a really good, and with the speaking there's like people having conversation practice, so you can listen and hear the language. So it's, it's fantastic. So this is a great website for English because it covers everything. So listening, speaking, reading, and writing. But I love the way the lessons are designed and I love that you can do the quizzes and practice as well. Okay, so the third thing I'm going to show you is BTN. Now, a lot of the listening practice that we do and some of the assessments are based on Behind the News, which is an ABC program it's for students, okay? So we go to the home page. So you go to the home page and every week there are news reports, like a news program, that are related to current issues that are happening around the world and in Australia. And as you know, ABC is an Australian broadcasting company. And therefore, there are different programs. So if you look here, this is the homepage. This is the main story, the bushfires in California, and episode 24. So this week's episodes, there's usually a couple of episodes per story, a couple of episodes in each series, okay, in each show, in each episode. Okay, I'm getting all tongue-tied now. I've been talking too long. Okay, so you can see these are all the stories for this week. You can see Tuesday the 25th of August, okay, and the stories that are coming up actually for this week. So you can watch the whole program or you can watch the individual stories, okay. There are different featured programs that you can watch, okay. And what I'd like you to do is, because we are looking at the environment and you're going to do an environment report, BTN has some great programs on environmental issues. So you can go into stories, and if you type in, I had it already there, environment, okay, all these different stories based on the environment come up that you can watch and listen to about all different kinds of things, like air pollution, like all kinds of things. And if you keep looking, waste and, all the Amazon fires, plastic, snow, different things on plastic pollution, recycling problem, lots of different things. So you can have a look through. So you've got lots of stories on the environment. So here with stories, you can type in any keyword and you can find stories based on, if there are stories based on the topic that you're after. Okay, so that's really cool. Here you've got subjects. So here, oh, why isn't it led? Oh, usually it has all these different subjects. It's telling me, no, you can't do that. Okay, let me see if oh, it's just loading, so it's a bit slow. I think the internet's getting a bit slow. Normally if you go to, here we go, subjects. See, I was right. If you click on subjects, then you get different topics. So you've got stories on Indigenous cultures, space, religion and beliefs, STEM programs, or STEAM, sorry, not STEM, sustainability, environmentally based issues here, and it's the environmental issues. And if you want to load more, you can see more issues, see more programs. Sorry, the internet is getting a little bit slow. Oh, here's some more environmental issues. Okay, so you can look at all these different environmental issues. Okay, we did the one on palm oil, remember? Okay, so there's lots of different programs based on environmental issues. So if you go subjects, you will then come across different subjects here, okay, that you might want to learn about. So this is fantastic. BTN's great. There's lots of information there. You can watch and then you can read the transcript underneath. So for example, let's go to the home page. So if I click on, let me see, okay, where are we? Postal, US postal photo. I'm just having a look at what some of the stories are here. Actually, I'll go to actually subjects, and we'll go to environment, because I like looking at some environment issues. So we do coral bleaching, which is happening in the Great Barrier Reef. Okay, you can listen to the story by clicking on here, but then if you go to the transcript, you can actually read the transcript. So you can listen and you can also read at the same time. So that helps with your listening skills and understanding. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And then below you'll find related articles, okay, that are related to that topic. Okay, so that's quite useful as well if you scroll down. So there are three lovely websites. You've got Engvid, which has grammar English video lessons, okay, based on different topics and levels. You have the British Council, okay, beautiful website that covers all skills and is brilliant. This is British, so it's English, so it's excellent. It's really fantastic. And then you have BTN, which I also love for current issues, reports. It's Australian and it's fun, and it's designed for students, so it's great. So, and here you can go to the homepage and see the current episode of the week, or you can go to stories and you can look up a specific topic that you're interested in, anything, and see what's there. Or you can go to subjects and choose from the different subject topics that are here, the different topics here. Okay, I recommend watching BTN every week, so that it will help with your listening skills. You can watch the episode of, the episodes of the week here, and it's just great listening practice and it's fun. Okay, and then you can also read the transcript as well, which helps also. Okay, so that's all I think I'm going to cover today. Assessment task 7, assessment task 5, and then I presented you with some websites that can help with your English skills. So if you have any questions about what I've gone through, let me know. Good luck with your assessments. Please get them done and do them to the best of your ability. Don't get too stressed. Just try. Okay, don't worry if you don't understand something. Just give it a go and do your best, and that's all I can ask. Okay, I don't want you to get stressed. Just give it your best shot and try your best. That's all I can ask. Okay, just give it a try. Even if you don't finish it or you're having a hard time with it, just try your best. Do some of it. Just, I don't want you to get too stressed, but I just want you to give it a go. Okay, everyone. I will be in touch soon. Good luck with everything. And again, let me know if you have any questions. Okay, bye.